Hey, how y'all doing? It's your boy Mo Better. Please forgive me for being late, but I have reason to believe one of the reasons that I had some issues. I was trying to put I was trying to put our album cover up, or create an album in Collective Minds LLC, uh, for an event that we had Saturday, and it was political, economic, and cultural empowerment, education. And for some reason, I just couldn't put it up. I kept saying it's errors. It's not the computer, pretty savvy computers, a MacBook Pro, so other situations, but love things denied it from going up, and I'm trying to figure out why. People can block you and do different situations and things of that nature and create. But regardless of whatever the situation is that we going through, that can be from a negative perspective. The Most High go, no weapon formed against me, no weapon formed against you when your heart is pure. Hey, Monet, got something for you too. Today is about insecurity and jealousy. How insecurity and jealousy will destroy your relationship, your situationship. It can actually destroy anything you're actually dealing with and going through, because it creates issues. You can actually be dealing with something that you can actually supposed to be enjoying, having fun with, and it will actually deny you from being able to really experience it in the ways that you should and enjoy it and have fun, because in the back of your mind, guess what you're dealing with? You're dealing with that envy. You're dealing with jealousy. You're dealing with the insecurities. Now, I don't have the rule books or the rules on me, but one of the rules, several of the rules in Collective Minds LLC for a member is we can't verbally abuse each other in any type of way. She's out there performing things that you consider to be the attitude or characteristics of that person that we call, some people. I don't curse at all to the best of my ability. BITCH, or the HOE, or the whore, HO, or WHORE. And she can be performing these tactics, but again, it's for us. Parts of Collective Minds LLC, one of the rules is we can't call her none of that, even if her actions merit that. Ladies, don't trip on me, because I'm going to us next. I don't know if y'all remember me. I'm fair. I go all the way around the board. So the situation is, ladies, don't call that dude a punk, a sucker, a fag. Don't call him out his name, BITCH. Excuse me, snitch. If they perform those tactics, don't do that. They need to learn somewhere, you know what I'm saying, not to do those things. Like that one book says, the good book, that's what it says. It says that your chaste attitude might actually draw this person to want to deal with you. Like it says, I think it's 1 Corinthians 15:33. It says, bad association spoils useful habits, if I have the scriptures correctly. Well, you have bad association spoils useful habits. Hey, listen, but if bad association spoils useful habits, what would good association do? Exactly, it would do the positive thing, which is our whole movement. And I say that to say this again: we can't, like, the man can't say different things to the women. Hey, Candace. Hey, Queen. How you doing? And you can't. The man can't disrespect the woman can't disrespect the man. But guess what? Neither one, the man nor the woman, can do. You can't disrespect the kid. I want you to understand. Try not to understand, but try to overstand that A lot of people talk about, but like today is a domestic violence month, and like sister, beautiful sister, and I want to thank you for coming out the other day, Laura Cowan, and she's dealing with situations of domestic violence. This is domestic violence month, but I want us to understand that this is not something that needs to be dealt with for a month. This is something that needs to be dealt with for a lifetime, because we all need to change and make, hey, Alyssa, and make things better for ourselves. And everything actually starts at home. Morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty, integrity, spirituality. These things originate in the household. And this is how children go off and we groom them, and they grow into be the men and the women, or the young ladies and the young men and the young adults that they groom from the house. So this is why we don't say these words and these things to each other, because again, they can create and establish insecurity. Hey there, Larry, how you doing? These things can create insecurities in people, and we don't want to do that. We want to push everybody to be the epitome of their potentials, the best that they can be as individuals. Like me, guess what? I kind of say that I'm a good leader and a good head because I don't want to do this myself. I don't want all the power. I want 9 more heads with me. I want 10 of us to run this whole organization. That's what I want. You see what I'm saying? So that's all of our aims. What we are here to do is to push one another to be the best of their individual capacity. So I don't want a clone of me. I want you to be the best you that you can be with your own perspective. We go on the same truths, and we are for the same goal. However, our demonstration is that you're going to be the best that you can be as you are. Because guess what? Like Lord Cowan, beautiful sister. Thank you again for coming. Candace, Queen, Ethiopia, Alyssa Miller, Larry Gardner. I speak to a lot of people. I have one music group with over 20,000 people. And I don't really talk to people about that in here because it doesn't constitute what we're doing here. 20,000 people in the music group, with like 2,000 people ask me every month if they can get in, and I'll assist them with their entertainment situations. But somebody listen to me. But then guess what? Somebody listen to Laura. People who don't listen to me but might listen to Laura. The same demonstration will be with those who listen to Larry Gardner. Those same things will be with Alyssa Miller. The same demonstration with Candace Carlton, I'm sorry. The same thing with Alyssa. The same thing with Monette. Well, now, fuss me out about mistaking your name as Monette. I'm sorry. Not Monet. But we all carry our own power and the capacities that we need to do it. And people will not, everybody not going to listen. There's going to be some people that won't listen to me that'll listen to other people. There'll be people that won't listen to you that'll listen to me. Then there'll be people that won't listen to both of us that'll listen to somebody else. So this is why we are to learn one another's language. Like I said, and I talked about this often, the slave ship. And if anybody remember watching, that ain't funny. Cut off for some reason. To me, in me. But on a slave ship, if y'all watched Roots, and you remember, some of these people had, thank you, Sister Laura. Some of us had the king. In Africa, when they were getting captured, you had different people from different tribes, and they were all together, and they were on a slave ship. And what they were arguing about was, man, you all on close on me on the slave ship, man. How you gonna use the bathroom next to me? They in chains. They locked down, heads locked up, shackles, belly chains, the whole 9 down. And they argued about how they was being so close and how you happen to use the bathroom. And they were so focused on the small that they missed the gist, that they missed the main thing. And one of the brothers came out and he said, my brothers, he said, we all brothers. Like we are all brothers and sisters. We got the same goal. And I want people to understand what a society means. When you look it up, society, people believe like everybody in if you're not locked up. That's not what a society means. Society actually means a group of people, no matter where they are, that follow the same rules and regulations, and go by the same set of principles in life. So guess what? On one street, you have multiple societies. So again, I want you to let's go back to the slave ship. This is what this brother said. He said, all of us are from different tribes. Many of us speak different languages. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to learn the language of the brother laying next to you. I want you to learn the language of the brother across from you. I want you to, hey, Catrice, I want you to learn the language of the brother above you and learn the language of the brother below you. Us, even though we are of the same culture, are we the same skin tones? Skin tones. We speak different languages in many aspects, and what we need to do is learn the same language so we can overthrow the slave ship that we own. We need to turn this boat around and go back home. Or when we get to where we're going, like Amistad did, we need to beat this case and become free people. Not just a free man, because again, this is not just about Maurice Smallberry. This is not about Mo Better. This is about us. This is about a people. This is what we have to do. And we need to learn one another's languages, you know? And that's just why one of the things, and the dominant language of anywhere, anybody, I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're looked at as an outcast. Our language is love. That's what we've always been as a people. That's why so many people have ruled us and overpowered us as slaves because, we nice. Hey, come on in here. Let us, hey, what you need, something to eat? Come on. And we let them in, and they took advantage of our love. But what we need to do is also understand that sometimes love is selfish. What did the Most High say? If we believe in the Bible and you deal with I don't care if you go all over to the Quran or wherever you want to go, Egyptology, whatever you want to do, guess what? God says that he's a selfish God, means that he doesn't allow his praise to go anywhere else. Guess I want my love to go anywhere else, to the degrees to where I love you so much, each and every person that's involved in this organization, that guess what? I don't want nothing to happen to you that's wrong. If I can help it, I'm not going to even allow it. And if it's going on, I'm going to try to stop it. And if it already happened, I'm going to try to make it better. I'm going to give you the salve of understood love and try to help you grow. And guess what? I want you to do the same thing for me. And I'm getting for that because I want us to understand language. And I want you to understand that when you say something to somebody, man, it can turn somebody into a completely different individual. So one of the things that we don't do is disrespect one another, especially not children. And I'm talking about this whole demonstrations about insecurities. And I want people to understand that even as you are an adult, it started somewhere. It can start when you're grown. It can start from serious situations that took place in your life. You know what I'm saying? Creating demonstrations of post-trauma, or it can originate when you were a kid. For some reason, insecurity instilled in you. And insecurity is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself. That means the lack of confidence in you. Because you have this lack of confidence in you, it says the state of being open to danger or threat, lack of protection. This is how you feel. And I'll talk to Laura about this, and I'll talk to a lot of sisters about this, but Lauren is being an advocate against domestic violence, being an advocate against sexual abuse. A lot of our sisters feel unprotected, and you need to feel protected. And that's one of the things I try to get so many of us brothers to do, is to make our sisters feel, I don't care where you at, because you got somebody like me in thought, and our brothers in thought. I want you to be able to go, not do what you want to do negatively, but I want you to walk with your head up and confident, with the thought in your mind that if anything goes wrong, I got somebody I can call and they're going to handle this. This is going to be dealt with. This is going to be done. It's going to be situated. Because so many of us feel an insecurity, we feel a threat of something that we have being lost, it can create a situation of that, a fear. And out of emotion, over reason, we will react and we will respond to situations. We can actually create more of a hindrance of a situation in insecurity than just going through with the process, because a lot of times insecurity forces us to respond or forces us to create an opinionated conclusion about what's going to happen. So we're acting about something that we don't even need to be responding about. Or creates a situation of jealousy to where even there'll be not just jealousy of a man against another man or a woman against another woman, but it can create a situation of a woman against a man and a man against a woman. We can be jealous of one another's intelligence. We can be jealous and insecure about what another person has. In this organization, we are learning one another's language, so we can all come to an agreed upon overstanding of what it is that we're dealing with. So guess what? I'm not going to never feel jealous about what you got. Because you my sister, you my brother. Guess what? I got it too. Don't mean I'm going to ever drive it, but I'm happy that you got it. You might be able to help me get one. If you don't, guess what? I'm still glad that you got it. So see, these situations of insecurity come from somewhere. And the thing is, what we need to do is understand where that comes from. We need to sit down, leave yourself. What does this come from in me? In me, you see what I'm saying? I didn't say we can help each other. We can help each other come to an understanding or overstanding of what it is that we're doing with one another. Hey, look, check this out. Hey, in love, tactfully. This is what you do, sit down and be a friend, things of that nature. And the whole thing is we have to want. We have to want better for ourselves. We have to acknowledge that there is an issue with us. We have to acknowledge that. That's why I always promoted the book Brainwashed. Some of you get offended. Man, who is this dude calling me brainwashed? The dude that's calling you brainwashed is the dude that was once brainwashed beyond anything you can even fathom. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah, I was brainwashed, and then I became, my third eye got open to things that needed to be seen. I start being able to look at things and be like, man, wow, I was doing that. And I guess what I don't have a problem doing? Candace, do you think this is going on with me? Monette, do you think this is? I inbox Laura, what do you think the situation with? Catrice, this happened the other day. What do you think? But see, I'm not just going to talk to somebody that's going to agree with me because I'm me. I'm not going to communicate with somebody that's going to tell me what I want to hear. I'm going to go talk to somebody and communicate with somebody that, guess what? They're going to tell me the truth. And the majority of the times, guess what? Don't none of us like the truth because it forces us to accept that we were wrong about a thing. So those are the people I talk to, the people that's going to tell me the truth. I think I'm fly, but guess what, man? I don't like them shoes don't match that suit you got on, man. You need to, wow, what it hurt me. Guess what, though? I need to go change because I'm going to be more embarrassed if I go out here looking in a way that I should not. You see what I'm saying? And this is what we need to do to each other. And I want us to understand that Laura, and there's a few people in here that deal with people about situations of insecurities. I want some people to understand. I say you can assist some people, but I want you to know that sometimes this can be a clinical situation. And if it's a clinical situation, then you trying all that it is that you can do. And sometimes if they cannot acknowledge what the issue is with themselves, it's nothing you can do. Sometimes what you need to do, and I wish I would have known earlier, you need to run and get away because it is insecurity. Like Money Mike, the comedian, said. And he said, how can I mess up something that's inside yourself? He was being funny when he said it, but that's real. Something is deep when it's inside of you. That means only you. I can assist you, but guess what happens when I can find out that it's not? There's nothing I can do. I need to go. I need to take care of me. Because I want you to understand, like the post says on this, the name of the show is Insecurity and Jealousy is how they can destroy a relationship. They can destroy a situationship. Sexual ship. Business. They can destroy business. And they will destroy you. You will become weak to the degrees and the understanding that guess what, no matter what you do, when somebody that actually has an insecurity that's deeper than anything that you can do, that's damaged beyond sometimes repair, may not be damaged beyond repair, but they may be too damaged for you to deal with. And if you, let's go get some help. We need some help. Include yourself in a situation even though you know it's not you. Let's go get some help because this is bigger than me. I've lived this in real life. You know what I mean? So let's go get some assistance. Let's go get some help. If they don't do that, guess what you need to do? Don't tell them you're going to leave. I learned it the hard way. Don't tell them, leave. Let them come home one day and be gone. Because sometimes that's what has to happen. Because again, somebody can be so damaged that the saying that happens actually comes to fruition. Hurt people will hurt people. Sometimes unknowingly, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, but it all happens. You know, sometimes we have those insecurities and those jealousies and those things pop off, and we have to deal with those situations. We have to deal with that, and sometimes it is beyond you. You know, there's an issue when I can see somebody. It's not you. The issue is with other people at times. Sometimes what we need to do, my big thing is accepting responsibility for any action I take. That's what allowed me to be like I was when I was incarcerated. That's what allowed me to be how I was before I became incarcerated. This is what's going to happen to me if I do this. Okay, let's roll. Or I'm not going to do that. Either way it went, I was responsible. I studied and researched what it was that I was doing before I did it to know if I was able to handle the repercussions behind what was going on. And sometimes we need to understand that, you know, jealousies and insecurities, they come from somewhere. Somebody has been abused. Somebody has been damaged. And, you know, I talk about it in my book. What did I mention, Candace? Write it and I'll see if I can remember it. But I wrote it in my book and it talks about how sometimes what we need to do is we have to hurry up. I don't like to call it a contradiction. I like to call it a paradox. Same thing, different terms, but the way that you utilize it, it comes out different. Yeah, Catrice, there's situations in life. I like to call it a paradox. When I say that sometimes we need to hurry up and wait. We need to be in a rush to be patient. After we get in relationships, situationships, bad business deals, things of that nature, sometimes we need to sit down, relax. That's what we need to be in a rush to do. So we be in a rush to go get into that next venture, to go and do that next thing. Yeah, I messed up on that. I got to pick up on that. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, who's going to help you? What are you going to do about and with yourself? So sometimes you need. One of the Carnegies said this. Y'all know who the Carnegies is, Vanderbilt, Rothschilds, and it might have been a Rothschild. I'm going to look up the quote, but I never forgot what he said. And, you know, multi-trillionaire, these dudes are ridiculous. Yeah, I did say that about you don't tell nobody you're going to leave, just leave. Sometimes after you've done all you can do, sometimes you just need to leave. Don't tell nobody because they'll make you leave on their terms. Trust me. But this, I think, was a Rothschild or Vanderbilt, and they trillionaires. These dudes established what we consider to be the world for real today, and the government that we and the rules and regulations that we abide by. And he said I would give up half. Love food, but he loved money. In his demonstration, when he said I would give up half of my finances if I can have my favorite meal, if I can eat my favorite plate one time. Thing was, he created such envy. Well, not envy, but he established ulcers from working so hard to cross people and do different things of that nature, to where he caught ulcers, and he can't eat his favorite move. You know what ulcers do? They bad for your stomach. And I want to explain something to you, that dealing with somebody with insecurities is like that. It will kill you. You will not be able to make them happy. If this is deeply inside of them and ingrained to degrees to where it is, yeah, Mansion Row Euclid back in the day. Yeah, you will die trying to make somebody happy that will never be happy from you. There will always be a wrong, even in the right that it is that you do. So what your aim is to get away from them situations. Period. I want you to understand. I always talk about the education of this, and the value of yourself. You take ownership of yourself and the value of yourself, and then when you value something, you don't want it hurt. Tennis shoes, you don't want to get dirt on your tennis shoes. You don't want to somebody step on that. Don't drop nothing on my jeans. Sisters really ain't gonna put nothing on that blouse or that dress, right? Get nothing on that purse. Guess what? Better not mess your hair up, huh? Okay, yeah. Now take your total being and put the value on that. Dude, that's a whole lot of hair. You see what I'm saying? So the demonstration is, when you put the value on yourself, you allow yourself, ain't nobody gonna touch my hair. You ain't gonna touch you. You don't get no spot on that purse. Guess what? Don't put no blemish on me. So sometimes we need to sit back and sit with self and reevaluate self. Put the value back on self, and the decisions that we make needs to not devalue us. They all need to appreciate the value of us. I say that, you know what I'm saying? I deal with some cats, you know what I'm saying? A lot of situations, insecurity comes from abuses. Insecurity comes from things, that happened in our past, traumatic situations and experiences coming up and things of that nature. And we have to, like Alyssa said, accept the responsibility of what has taken place in our past and move forward and better those situations. Yeah, like you said, Alyssa, I think it's always that person that until they fake for all they can, have to accept responsibility for what it is they do. Baby, usually relationships with them won't work. Like the situation of insecurity when wielded by a narcissist feels aching to murder. I dealt with that. I dealt with that. And, I put on shows. I'm a promoter. I bring people to town to listen. Been in my coffee house before. You know what I'm saying? A few people have been in there. I had the longest set of open mic poetry in the state of Ohio. And the situation is, if I had somebody in my life that I think people, I'm going to do another post, not today, possibly tomorrow, when it's about catfishing, about being somebody you not on Facebook. I'm me. This is actually who I am. The way that I speak is how I actually speak, which is why people misconstrue who I am. That can't be the Maurice Mulberry I heard about. Mo Better, the guy that used to. No, that can't be him. Yeah. But I dealt with a narcissist, and the situation is, in the promotions, you might bring T.I. to tour, somebody to tour, things of that nature, and you might spend a little money. But in 90 days to 6 months, you and somebody else or whoever you invested with might be splitting 60 to 100 plus thousand in 90 days to 6 months. those type of situations. And I wouldn't put on certain shows because who I was with felt that I was being with somebody else. So I wouldn't put on certain shows because I wanted my relationship to be happy. I'm going to give you me, all of me. All of me come with what I'm giving and what I'm bringing. Not just the sexual situations and things of that nature. I'm giving you my whole and total being. But when you got somebody that's insecure, not nothing gonna work, depending upon how damaged they are, and if they're just like let's just say a narcissist. I do photo shoots. I do photography as well, and I wouldn't do a lot of photo shoots because I don't want to have issues. Now, when I was having the concerts and bringing people to town, I'm having sex with all the people, all the females, but I'm not. And this person's, man, this was going on. I'm doing photo shoots, and I won't do photo shoots because you think I'm being with them too. This is not just a very expensive camera, very expensive computers and software and things of that nature. This is just to knock women off. So I wouldn't do those things to make you happy. So what I did was I'm not going to do it because, baby, this me and you against not the world. This me and you against the universe. And guess what? Now that I'm home and the situation at the time that you said you wanted with me, now it's let's do this. Well, baby, I really don't have it right now to be able to do what you want to do because, you know, I just don't. Not as a complaint about me not having it. It's a complaint about me not having the finances needed to go do something that you want to do when I don't have it because I didn't do what you didn't want me to do. So you ain't going to be able to win for losing with this type of person. And you need to get out of their face. You need to get out of their way. And sometimes in situations is jealousy. A spouse should never be jealous with you ever in life. Your spouse, well, you my girl. You my dude. So, and what I'm hearing and I'm seeing it a lot too, because I'm not, I went through the situation myself. So then I started doing investigating and communicating with a lot of people. And I was thinking that for a period of time that some women was just on this, right, because we don't stay stuck, learn from it and keep it moving, mind, body, and soul. And the situation is, I'm thinking like women just getting in this club. There is a club. There's a club of hurt women that all niggas, ain't no good. Ain't no man good. And it's a club of men, or males, you know what I'm saying, I don't trust no B. It's clubs for that. Stay away from them when you getting advice. How you going to listen to somebody that destroy their own relationship or don't have a relationship or messes up every relationship they've ever been in? That'll drain your energy. You know what I'm saying? And the demonstration is you don't need to be with that type of, you don't need to get in that clique. You don't need to get in that. But what I found out is that it's a bunch of guys out here now that's really like jealous of the woman because she eating, jealous of the woman because she doing. I'm not talking about always this independent woman that tell a dude, I'm independent, I don't need you, I got my own house. Nah. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about these dudes out here, for real. I made a song about y'all when I used to rap a long time ago called Girl Talk. You know what I'm saying? To where you, for real, man, you've been raised by your mother for so long that you carry predominant traits by her actions and what you see in her, to where you looking at this woman that's got it, like you should have better shoes than her. You should have a better person than her. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. That's what it comes out in my mind, that as a man, you're going to be jealous of the woman that's helping you get it, and that had to be where she is because wasn't no real man there long time ago that forced her to be where she is. See, that's my mama. That's Carolyn Elizabeth Marbury. So, see, I feel y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel y'all. So, I pay attention to that. I'm independent. I don't need no nigga, man. I don't need no. I pay attention to you and you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You fall with the westernized society and thought process of the psychological, which brings all the way down to the physical genocide of us. But I'm not talking about you right now. I'm talking about this weak dude that's not understanding, man. I put a piece up on in a group today, Collective Minds LLC, in a video, even on my page, to where this man and woman talks about on a poetry side, and they said, man, this is one of the coldest pieces that I heard, and they're talking about the man and woman. They're talking about Adam and Eve and both parts that they played. And we have to understand that. See, I'm quick to put out what it is that you did, and I'm quick to put out what it is that somebody else, what my spouse did, and you quick to point at me, but we don't never want to acknowledge the part it is that we played. Like a lot of the situations I was going through, I'm talking about my relationship for a minute, because I was denied so much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't look good in my suits, not with my woman. You know what I'm saying? Cutting the grass, raking them leaves, shoveling that snow, doing the whole nine, taking your kids to school. You know what I'm saying? Mine's grown and in college. I helping them get there. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything I was doing, and it was like literally told me. I said, yeah, you know, I cut the grass. And how you like it? You like it? It's cool, nigga. That's what you supposed to do. Like for real, in real life. In real life, that's what I used to get sometimes on everything I love. House clean when you come home, the whole nine, and I work. I'm not no sit at home, do nothing. I know y'all saw the dinners and everything we went to, the islands, the whole whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I gave you the finances to pay for it on your credit card don't mean that you did it. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out in real life. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when you need to support each other, support your man. Man, support that woman. And this is another thing I want to talk about. You got to do that, because if you don't, again, like I said, I didn't get these things at home. So guess what I started doing? I started paying attention to the women that was talking to me, because I had a void that was building that wasn't being filled by who I wanted to get it filled by. So hey, how you doing? That start going into, I'm going to sit down now and I'm going to accept this drink now. I'm going to accept this conversation right now. Yeah, we going to be friends on Facebook right now. We going to be friends on Instagram right now. And then it's going to lead off into something else, because all this process going on, I'm communicating about this. So, brothers, communicate with your wife, with your girl. Tell her how pretty she is, that booty still fat. She still look like the day you did when you got her. That's why you still with her. Tell you appreciate her, how smart she is, going out there getting that job and doing the things it is that she's supposed to do. Tell her you appreciate it. Okay, it's her job to cook. Every time she cook, tell her it's delicious. Kiss on her lips, kiss on her cheeks, kiss her forehead and her nose. Tell her thank you for everything it is that she's doing, whether she's supposed to do it or not. And sisters, do that same thing for your brother. Y'all have this ideology that y'all have been groomed with, that we a man. Oh, they don't need no, as long as I could. Tell him he look good in them suits. Tell him he look good in them shoes, them Timberlands, and them jeans. Tell him his ideas are intelligent. They're important and they're good. And I like that. And guess what? If it's not all the way correct, jump in and assist him with it. These are the things that we have to do, because guess what happens when they don't? We start looking for somewhere else to fill the void that we're feeling from our mate. It creates an insecurity. I've been dealing with this with a lot of women. And they've been telling me about how the situation is, especially women. I know guys feel like this too. You might not feel like you. I didn't feel like I was inadequate. But I want you to understand this, though. Yeah. if a man does not show a continuous form of appreciation for his woman, I've been talking to a lot of sisters lately, you know, I got to get my certificates and stuff like that. I counsel, like in real life. And I've been talking to some women, and when you do not get verbal appreciation, when you do not get, come here, baby, get that hugs and them kisses, you don't just feel neglected. You feel that you are no longer pretty. You feel that you are no longer adequate to this man. You feel that something is wrong and missing with you. And what this brother can do and initiate with you as a grown woman is begin to instill a sense of insecurity in you. I'm talking about, this is like recent I've been communicating with women. I'm talking about like grown women, not kids. Grown, you say you grown, but the demonstration is you really just like a kid in the mind. I'm talking about, no, for real, now today, beautiful sisters that feel that get neglected to the degree to where they say, "Mo, I don't feel like I'm pretty no more. I mean, look at me. Don't I look like I'm fine? Why do he?" Brothers, you are creating us one of the worst things that you could do to somebody. And what I wanted to talk about earlier when I was talking about Lord God, when we was in this, when this began, is when you don't say the right words. When you don't say the right words, baby, you beautiful. Come here, I love you. How you doing today? How was work? Come here. You ain't going nowhere. Take your shoes off, rub them feet, let dinner be done, things of that nature. When you don't do things like this, or you use the wrong words, it can actually be more powerful or more hurting than physical blows. So we need to get this together. So I put that video up there today about how they communicated with the demonstration of Adam and Eve, to where they blame one another instead of looking at the faults of themselves and saying, listen, these are the errors that we made, but guess what? Come here. What did I do? First of all, what did I do? You say, okay, I'm sorry. Another thing I've been finding out about sisters, for real, is a lot of y'all do not want to accept responsibility for some of the things that you do. Do that. The Most High created a situation. He made us. And guess what he did? I mean, he's so powerful in what it is. I deal with the Bible. I deal with, you bring any holy book, let's go at it from cover to cover. I'm going to do that. But the demonstration is, I deal with the Bible, and I want you to understand what he said. He said he made the man and the woman. And when you go into Peter and you start talking about how it is to deal with the man and the woman, in Ephesians, Philippians, and you get to saying, he says that husbands have a deep, no, he said husbands, continue loving your wives. Guess why he say that? This is my understanding. He know you ain't perfect. He know you are prone to error, woman. But at the same time, you beautiful. You gonna make us mad. You gonna make us angry on doing all kinds of things that just like, this is going mad. What you call the terminology? I'm gonna say, you piss me off. But he said, continue loving her. That's gonna run away. The one who's willing to deal with it, even if she has them, is gonna run away insecurities. You're going to have that deep love for her. And guess what it says for the woman? It doesn't say even to love him. Guess what it says for him? It says have a deep respect for your husband. I don't care what it is that you do. Guess what your husband always say when y'all argue? You're going to quit disrespecting me, because that's what it is. So husbands, you keep having a deep, like he said, husbands, continue loving your wives. If you continuously love your wife, and every now and then you bring her rose home or coffee cups and noodles, I don't care if it's some pots and pans that she cooking in slaving to do some work in. Guess what? Because you bought these for her. A gift, whatever this demonstration is. Bring her some Victoria's Secrets home, man. Bring her some lingerie. That stuff that you want to see her in. She ain't go get it. You talking about she changed the show? Go get it. Go get it for her. Give her a reason to put it on. Go buy it for her. Period. Like that. Have a love for your woman. And guess what she's going to do? She's going to do what you need. She's going to have a deep respect for you. So then this exchange, the way he made us and the way he established these rules, we counterparts. We need to be together. We need to have that. Continuously have that deep respect for your husband. And he's going to continuously love you. And y'all going to do this back and forth together. And this is what y'all need to do. And I want you to understand that if one or the other does not do this, you don't need to be there. Talk about situations like this and demonstrations of jealousy as well. And I'm going to talk about me for a minute because this is what the demonstration is. It be some dudes to be salty at me. And when I speak, man, if it touch you, it's probably because it's you. I want people to understand something. I'm really, hey, how you doing? Excuse me. I'm really talking to my people because I love my people. This is who my mother was. This is who my father was. So I have who I am or what I am genetically. I am this person psychologically. This is just who I am. I want to help people. And I'm really for it. You can ask people that know me since I was a kid. I have always been who I am today. Excuse me, let me wet my whistle for a second. One thing that brings forth insecurities and jealousies. Bring two things up. Remind me to do the other one. I'm going to talk about one. I could be cheating. Because I am cheating or because I have cheated. And I take this with somebody I was with at a period of time. You see in me resemblances of what you used to do. So in your mind, I have to be doing what you actually did. And you be wrong. Do you understand that? See, not me. This is, a situation of I'm communicating right now and saying this. I've been cheating on somebody. I done messed with somebody that was married. I done all these different types of situations, and now I'm married. I'm talking about karma. I'm married. Now I see resemblances of what you're doing that reminds me of what I used to do. So in my mind of insecurity, guess what I have to do? I gotta say that you got to be doing what I actually did, and it's a lie. See, that's karma coming back on you, and now you destroying your relationship because you won't learn from what you did. You won't sit back and say, man, I did that. Let me try to understand what this demonstration is right here. Could it be? No, because you did it. You automatically accuse. You automatically jump to an opinionated conclusion. You automatically jump to and respond and react to a lie because it's in your conscious karma getting you back. You feel guilty behind things you did by seeing what you think somebody else is doing. And you gotta listen. People have to learn self before trying to be with someone else. Often we don't know how to communicate with others because we can't communicate within our own selves. Before we get into this other relationship, we need to get into this situationship and relationship with self, because we're going to carry off into this next relationship what we were, what we've learned, what we were, and what was imposed upon us in our last relationships. So you sit back, like even in the case in the demonstration I just spoke about, you sit back, man, and you try to understand, okay, why do I think he cheating? Why do I think she cheating? Why do I think dude trying to holler at my girl? Why is she trying to holler at my dude? I was in a relationship before, and this girl, she stopped letting people come over her house. Her friends, who she had been friends with for years, when I became her, we was together. She said, I don't trust BITCHs. I don't trust them. I don't want them to what they go over here for what? Why you even asking about them? Because you want them over here? Because for what? And I'm looking at her like, man, I ain't even saying. I mean, I just know that when we was like dating, y'all kick it. I see y'all out together whenever I go out and things of that nature. And you was always talking about they was over here when I was on the phone with you. And now that we're together, like really together, committed, you and I don't see them no more. Nigga, what? Which one you like? You want? I'm like, is you for serious? Like, for real? Like, seriously? Like, you really? But come to find out, the situation is you done mess with some of your friends' dudes. You done mess with some of the people that your friends was liking and dating, and you communicated with them. So you felt that this is what I had to be doing, not because I was doing it. Not because I was like asking specific questions about, hey, what your friend at the one with the big booty, huh? What your friend at the one with the hazel eyes? I ain't do none of that. It was just like, how you do? So automatically it jumps into play that he gotta be. I know he cheating because this is what I used to do. I know she cheating because this is what I used to do. Well, sometimes we can look at situations and say, this gotta be what that is because this is what my last dude did to me. This has to be what that is because this is what my last girl did to me. So like, let's say we have to understand and communicate with self. Like we was talking about the slave ship and we got to learn the mother languages. Guess what? What language are you speaking? Before you go learn somebody else's language, what language are you actually speaking yourself? Do you understand what you're doing? Because all language is not verbal. The majority of the relationships and business that we do in communication that is formed is actually through actions. Without you saying specific words to a particular person. It's just your actions and what it is that you do. So some of the situations that we're dealing with of insecurities can be, again, we know there's verbal abuse. You stupid, you dumb, you retarded, you ain't nothing, we don't do that to each. Fag, sissy, punk, BITCH, we don't do that to one another. In collective minds, LFC, we don't do that. I'm talking about not even in another group. We don't do that to nobody we really don't do it to nobody in Collective Minds LLC. We really don't want to do it to anybody because, again, we want to be and rebuild the village it takes to raise the children. And before we become anything to anybody else and be a force to be reckoned with, we must act and respond upon what it is that we preach. Again, so if you have people that are communicating in this manner, you need to move forward and get it going. And this is why I want some of these brothers, you know what I'm saying, so many brothers to be in this organization to communicate with our sisters, because I want y'all to feel protected. I want y'all to understand that I don't care where you go, you cool. You gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what is that gonna do for you? If you know I got your back. You see what I'm saying? That's what this whole thing is. And it's not for the situation to give, to get something in return. Aside from the betterment of you and the betterment of me. I'm not talking about material and aspects and things. That stuff don't, I need it and I'm going to get it and I'm going to be all right. But that's not the most important thing to me. That's not the gist of my life. I done had it when I was a kid to degrees where a lot of people don't even couldn't believe. So that's not what it. Again, we don't do the verbal abuse, which can create insecurity. Even if it was there, what we need to do is we need to build this up in one another. That's why I call everybody queens. I call my dudes kings. I don't have no pride or egotistical situation with me. I ain't about to be called a nigga king. Man, you a king. Don't try me crazy on a ridiculous side. You a king, though, in character. You a king genetically. You a king mentally if you educate yourself to stand and hold those bases and those grounds. That's who and what you are. And guess what? As a king, guess what I would do? I'll get next to you, man. We can get back to back and fight off everybody like 300 men, destroy the whole nation. You know what I'm saying? People talk about the movie, go back to Gideon and his 300 men, biblical demonstrations. Yeah, let's do that. I'm ready to do that with my kings. For real, for real. I'm ready to do that with my queens. For real, for real. So again, we don't do this verbal abuse. We uplift one another. This is why I tell us when somebody I don't want you to sit all day on Facebook and Collective Minds LLC and share everything that everybody say. That's not, that's not logical. I'm a very, very reasonable individual. So it's some things that I say, man, we need to share this. Man, share it. Because guess what? A lot of the things that I say we need to share don't even come from me. So this is not about more better. I see something that you post. I see something that you post and like it and say, man, we need to share Catrice Hart's post. We need to share Alyssa's post. We need to share Candace's post. Gloria Duramala's post. You see what I'm saying? We need to share Laura's post. We need to share Monette's post. It ain't about me. You made the post. Guess what it's going to say when we share? Maurice Marbury shared Catrice. Whatever your name is going to be, I shared your post. So